Hey everyone, so just before we get into today's video, we have a bench for the garage and I stuffed that thing into my Jetta, so I have to take it out. I'm going to show you what we got and show you how it comes out of a Jetta, a full Cobalt bench. I know it's not a crazy name brand, but it's a decent one. It's going to be a pretty badass bench that we're going to throw over here along with the toolbox at some point. So we'll start to get this situated, eventually drywall, whatever, but let's get that bench out of that Jetta and show you what I got. So here is just how many pieces I had to disassemble it to get it to fit into the Jetta. I don't know how many pieces this is at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to count all the drawers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyways, we got a bench. It's pretty cool actually. It's got a power bar on the side of it, integrated. It's made by this Cobalt company. It's got a few drawers. It's got an LED work light on it as well. Also has this cool little cabinet at the very top that we can store more stuff in as well. But should serve its purpose. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but it will allow us a little bit of a workspace over here without eating up too much space at the same time. So I think it's a good, good trade-off. There's the board that goes on top. I'm probably gonna have to paint it. Just get it a little nicer. It's got a kind of a stain on the side of it. Whatever, who cares? Anyways, let's throw this thing together and see what she looks like. So here's the bench for 80 bucks. I don't think we can really go wrong. It's got this LED thing here too. It's got this top storage cabinet thing, a few drawers, whatever. And like I said, I'm gonna paint this black just to kind of freshen it up or replace the wood, but I think if I just paint it black, we should be okay. But yeah, 80 bucks, not the coolest thing or the nicest thing in the world, but should look okay once we do something with the surface. It'll at least look presentable. I'll throw it over here. So I'm gonna tuck it away in this corner and then we'll get on to what we're gonna do in this video. So I think there should be a decent spot for it. Let me know what you guys think. Next is gonna be a toolbox here and eventually drywall there. But let's turn our attention not to the Viper today, but to the Ram again. So Jay Greene has sent us a different tune. So I'm gonna show you guys HP Tuners. I've done this a bunch of times, but I figured I'd just show you what's going on. So we have the HP Tuners VCM editor beta open right now. And that seems to be the one that everyone's using for now, even though it is a beta version. We're just going with that. Anyways, you're gonna click this little file over here. You're gonna click open file. We're gonna go and search for our file that he sent us. Pretty simple. We'll double click on that. It's gonna open. Voila, and now we're ready to go plug it into the truck. So that process is also pretty simple. So I'll show you guys that. We're gonna take our HP Tuners MPVI2 and we're gonna plug it into the OBD2 port, if I can find it without looking. There we go. And we'll take our laptop like so, and we're gonna take our USB cord and plug it into our laptop. Boom. So that's that step of it. Next, you're gonna wanna make sure you have your key in vehicle. I usually like to put it there. We're gonna hit 2 clicks to run so that this thing powers up. And now, as long as my stereo doesn't go crazy here, we're gonna go and you're gonna see over here, it says right vehicle. So see that little chip there? We're gonna click on that. Give it a second. So it's gonna pop up with my truck. I'm gonna skip the TCM because we're not doing anything with that for now. It's just an extra process we don't need to do. But we are gonna write to the ECM and we're gonna click write. And it's as simple as that. We'll let it go through its process. And there's really not too much to it, guys. I know this looks a lot more complicated than some of the other tuners or whatnot that are on there. But, I mean, that's it. You get the file, you open it, and then you click the little computer chip there that has the arrow pointing down. And if you hover over top of it, it'll say write vehicle. And that's about it. So it's gonna go ahead and write this, says about 30 seconds. And in the meantime, I'll just talk about what's going on while that thing writes. So we have God year tires. I lost the O. Eventually we'll end up getting to it, you know, replacing those or getting rid of them altogether. But once that tune goes well, I'm gonna load this up, and then another video will go for another run. I'm not gonna get to it tonight because it's super late, but we're gonna go and make sure that we have enough fuel, because we're running just a tad bit lean since we're seeing full boost now. But we'll make sure that that thing's running good, and then I'm just trying to get it dialed in. Once the tune is good, right now we're getting full boost, so we just gotta dial in the tune. Once the tune is good, has the right amount of fuel, everything's rocking, send a few more logs back to Jay. He's happy with everything. Then we can actually start lowering this thing. So anyways, this thing's chiming away at us. This is the process where it says turn ignition off. So we'll turn it off. We're gonna wait our 10 seconds. There and around. It's just this kind of cycle that we always have to do. It doesn't matter if you're doing HP Tuners or Diablo Sport, you have to do this same key cycle thing for some reason. But anyways, it says wait 10 seconds, and then we'll turn it 2 clicks to the run position, and then we'll go back over here, we'll hit OK. Boom, so completed. And that's it. It's as simple as that, guys, just to load a tune. So the tune's now loaded, the new updated one with a little bit more fuel, and that is about it. So what we're gonna do is, once we get this running properly, I still do have this blow-off valve that I wanna put on. Let me get rid of this dinging so it doesn't make either one of us crazy. So I still have that blow-off valve that we're going to be installing. I just really want to like leave the kit. I like to get things sorted out with at least or as few amount of variables as possible. You start adding too many different factors into something and it just makes you crazy. So right now we know the stock procharger blow-off valve or bypass valve, it's doing what it needs to do. So there's no point in adding another factor to the whole thing, but it seems like everything's working. We just gotta modify that tune slightly. But that's gonna be pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I just wanna update you guys real quick on what's going on. And then also this weekend, I'm just gonna be kind of running the camera with you guys and showing you guys what's going on. I also have to run the electrical for our hoist. So we tested it just with this kind of mock-up wire, but because this pump and this motor is quite, draws quite a bit of power, you can't tie it in with anything else or any of the other circuits. You actually have to run its own dedicated circuit because it draws 30 amps. So just something to keep aware of. You guys, if you end up doing a hoist or something, not only do you have to go through the hassle of making sure it's completely square and everything is completely lined up and the clearance and so many other factors, but you also have to run your own dedicated power source. So eventually what we're gonna do, I think I'm going to, just in the meanwhile, probably just move this garage door up. I know some guys were saying like probably won't be able to lift the truck much if we put the truck over here, but I'm okay with that. I mean, the whole idea behind this, guys, is especially the car with such a low profile roof, I'll be able to lift this up quite a ways. I know I won't be able to use the garage door and I'll have to be very conscious of not opening the garage door. I'll probably just yank the power cord just so nothing crazy happens, but the whole point of this is to be able to get the transmission out. I don't know, I'm getting to the point where I don't like laying on my back on the floor anymore, and not that I'm claustrophobic, but I just don't like having an engine like close to my face when I'm like laying there. And I've done it before. I've been laying on my back on the floor and pulled out transmissions, and I just don't want to do that again. So anyways, this will be, I should be able to get the bottom of the car like pretty decently high. So I know I won't be able to stand underneath it necessarily, but I'm just gonna get one of those little kind of stools with the wheels on it, and I'll be able to get under there no problem. Should be pretty decent to work on. But anyways, with that said, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I'll keep you guys posted all weekend long. We're gonna have lots of stuff still to do. Like I said, we'll get some more runs and pulls in that. Hopefully we can start actually running it in a bit more. I know the last few pulls that I showed you guys, I kind of just did like 3 pulls and that was it, just because it was running a bit lean, so we don't want to beat on it too much. But I think we should be almost there where we can actually get some good runs in. Once you get the good runs in, blow off valve. After that, we'll put the 17s back on. Once we got the tune dialed in, and we'll go to the track, see what this thing can run. And then I think we'll have to have a talk about what we want to do with the truck. But I do still want to put that lowering kit on for you guys to show you guys that whole process. And I know there's a lot of stuff that's involved in that to get it ride nice as well, because you know, get it to ride nice, get the ride quality up, make sure it's not doing any wheel hop. That's another factor. Make sure that the rear pinion angle is correct and that there's no crazy vibrations or weird behaviors of the truck. There's a lot going on that rear axle in these trucks just because they have those control arms and not just a standard leaf spring setup. So anyways, we'll get into all that in another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Check out the other videos if you're stopping in for the first time. We've covered way too much ground for me to even begin to talk about in one video, but as always, I appreciate the support and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.